All right, good morning, agents. Hold on one second. Okay, had a nice little delay there. Good morning, agents. Today we're going to be going through our new app. This is going to be a very, very cool app for us. All right, now I'm good. So this is our brand new ARG app 1.0, first edition. Really excited to launch this with you guys. But before we get into today's presentation, we are going to be joined by first Bill Seitz. We'll bring Bill on the line. Well, I don't see Bill on the line, so I'm going to bring on Cameron. Good morning, Cameron.
Good morning. How's it going?
Very, very good. So Cameron, of course, is our president of Clearview Mortgage. He is our go-to guy for mortgage. And we haven't heard from you for a week or two, right?
I know it's been a while. It feels like a long time. So I'm excited to be here.
For sure. I'm always excited to hear your updates. I know all of our agents are as well. So what is happening out there in mortgage land?
Would you mind making me a panelist real quick, Kev, so I can share my screen?
I will do that for you.
Awesome.
All right. You've been promoted.
All right. So it looks like I am good to go. Let me just get my, says host disabled screen sharing.
I'm just like that, aren't I?
It's all right. It's been about a month, so we got a little
I know,
washing up to do.
Off our rhythm, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, take it away, my friend.
All right, we got it. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, like I said, it's been about a month since I've been on. So, just want to get you up to date on what's going on in mortgage land and the economy. So I got a good little summary for you here today. So as far as the 10-year treasury, where rates are, we're sitting at a 3.774 right now. If we look at where we were, in October, right, we look at that 4.21 region, kind of came back up to almost 4.2 right here. We are significantly better. So we're about a little bit more than a half of a percentage point better on rates at where we sit today. So right now on a conventional loan, we're at a 6.68, which is no points. So that's no cost to get into that. Last time we were on a webinar, I think we were at about 7.25. So obviously a massed improvement as far as that. Obviously 6.6 is not where we want to be, but quite the improvement from where we were a couple months ago. And also too, if we look at this at the 1 month, for the last month, rates have been more stable than they have in over a year. So believe it or not, this is the first time in that the 10-year bonds have stayed within a 15-point basis point threshold for more than 20 days and almost 2 years. So even before they raised rates, this is the most stable they've been the last 20 days than in the last 2 years. So although the stability is not, at the lower levels that we would like, we can at least be thankful for some consistency below that 7% range, because that's where it kind of starts, right? That's what we were talking about, is getting below that 7% range. And that also means that the Fed is not as aggressively selling their bonds. So we told you how the Fed has trillions and trillions of dollars of bonds, and them selling it is what really brought up mortgage rates. So obviously that has started to come off a little bit. So the Fed minutes from November 1st, I think that the last time we did a webinar was in October. So I'm not 100% sure if I was on any one in November, but the Fed minutes from November 1st did state that their goal for December is to only increase rates by 0.5 point rather than 0.75 point. So we've been looking at 0.75 increases for the last year. And today is actually the Fed meeting. They're expecting it to only be a 0.5 increase. So that is much better news than where we have been. And as I've stated, many times, that what Fed does with rates do not affect mortgage rates. So any basically them saying that they're not going to raise rates as much is positive news for bonds. And we will probably see a bigger drop from this region in the near future. So now word on the street is that the retail reports for this holiday season will be quite a bit lower than they were last year, given that household and consumer debt is way up. Obviously, consumer debt has reached $16.51 trillion in Q3 of 2022. So what that is saying is basically that people's credit cards are pretty high, and that people have accumulated quite a bit of debt with what's been happening with the economy. So we do expect the retail reports to not come in as strong. And the reason why that's important is the retail sales are the main proponent for stock market moves in the next year. So we'll most likely see a pullback on stocks and a positive move for bonds for the housing industry coming up shortly here. Now, to understand basically the most relevant conversations happening right now as far as a forecast of mortgage rates are the conversations predicting a recession in 2023, right? Which is pretty much a full-blown conclusion at this point. Now, to understand why they haven't stated that we're in a recession right now or that we experienced one in 2022, you have to understand the three pieces of data that they use to calculate GDP, right? Which is gross domestic product, which basically says how much of the economy has grown. And there's those three things are consumer spending, business spending, and government spending, right? So in 2022, the government spent $9.7 trillion, which was more than double of what we spent in 2019, just to put that into perspective. And that's obviously the most we've ever spent in a year. So that government spending is what has kept GDP high, right? And made it look as though we weren't in a recession. Next year, that should all change with like the new Congress that should be pretty gridlocked due to the different parties controlling the chambers. And that will eventually bring down bonds as the large corporations, consumers use bonds to keep their money safe as they traditionally have. So basically what I'm saying is that in 2022, the only reason why, we did have two quarters of back-to-back GDP fallout. So GDP did go down, which is technically a recession. But due to the government, how much money they were spending, it wasn't a true GDP number. So just keep that in mind. So once we do start seeing those GDP numbers come more aligned with where they really are, we're going to see bonds go probably below 3, is what I'm thinking at some point in 2023, right? So if we get this below 3, we're going to be looking at a totally different ball game as far as rates. So Matt Ishiba, who's the CEO of UWM, who's the largest lender in the country and our largest partner here at Clearview Mortgage. If you've worked with Clearview, chances are that you've probably gotten a loan through UWM. So what Matt is forecasting is that rates hit the 4 to 5% range this coming year, which is kind of what we've been talking about on these webinars, where we expect it to be. But with the lowering housing prices and the lowering rates forecasted for the semi-near future, we can expect for real estate business to obviously start to pick up in the later to mid stages of 2023, especially in the cash out refinance sector, where consumers are looking to pay off that debt. Because obviously, like we went over earlier, consumer debt's at an all-time high. So if rates get down to that range, we're going to see, a huge demand as far as cash out refinances, and people will be using that money to pay off debt or maybe buy other homes, right? And for primary and investment home purchases, we'll start to see that pick up quite a bit, I believe, in 2023. So with all that news, kind of the eye at the end of the tunnel is that we should start to see a business start to normalize this year once we get to these real GDP numbers, because once again, it's going to bring down those bonds, right? So basically, as always, hopefully that was a good update. Just wanted to give you a broad overview because we haven't been on for a while. But a lot of things are stacking up for us to definitely start seeing a pickup in business. So make sure that if you guys have any questions or if you have any problems with the listing, because obviously right now is probably the hardest that it's ever been really to get a loan with how Fannie and Freddie are being and how picky they are on the underwriting and how home prices are high and how rates are high. So if you're having problems with the listing and you maybe have a buyer who can't get approved, make sure to reach out to us, because we just had one close recently where they were in escrow since July, and we got our eyes on it and we closed it in 10 days, right? So don't be shy to reach out or call me or Bill at any time if you guys have questions, or if you have a new buyer and you want to get a solid pre-approval, make sure that you always reach out to us if they don't have a specific lender that they're working with, because chances are we can definitely help you out. So but that's about all I have today for you. And it was great being back on here, and look forward to a great 2023 coming up here pretty quick.
Heck yeah, buddy. No, really good update. Really appreciate that, Cameron. And we do have Bill Seitz on the line again. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I was a little tardy. I realized that there was a setting on my phone that was keeping me from it was blocking me.
You gotta love iPhone updates and so forth.
Well, what I think what happens is the when you have the Wi-Fi turned on, you're not wanting to use it. Sometimes it's trying to grab another signal. So, anyways, that figured out that was the problem. So sorry about that.
All right. Glad to have you back, Bill.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be back. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I just want to touch base on what Cameron said. That was an amazing overview, Cameron. Really well done. And it's nice to see some of the big players and leaders in the industry already talking about rate improvement for next year. That's really promising because those guys are in the know. And we got to respect that. And that just leads me to one more thing on the financing. The nice thing too is if you can, we've done a few of these rate buy down loans that we've been talking about for the last couple months. We've gotten a few of them closed now, and we've become really proficient at it. The nice thing to know too is that if the rate environment improves and your buyers can refinance before, let's say, that 2-year program basically graduates and it goes into the qualifying rate, there's nothing keeping them from refinancing. And the nice thing is that seller concession that contributed to the buy down, that goes back to the client. So if let's say there was $12,000 of a concession going to the buyer for the buy down, let's say they've used up $6,000 of it. Well, that remaining $6,000 just goes back as a refund to the borrower when they refinance or whatever they change their note or sell the property or whatever. But in this case, in an improving rate environment where they can possibly get into a better long-term rate, they would get that money back. So that's a nice feature of the buy down. It's not like the money just goes to someone else. It's their money and it's used for that purpose. But if they change it within that 24-month time frame, they get the money back. So just want to make that super clear.
Or they could even use it to buy down the rate further.
Exactly.
So it's basically free money to get that rate down, to get them into an even better financial position.
Exactly. So that's a point that I think sometimes gets missed in that thing. It's the borrower's money to use. Obviously, they're in a commitment, but if they are changing the loan terms that they have in place, then they can use that for, like Cameron said, buying it down, or they can take the money and do what they want with it. So.
Well said, Bill. No, it's a really, really important step for us to be able to communicate to our clients, right?
100%.
Everyone loves free money.
Exactly. All right, great. Well, thank you very much for the update. Appreciate that, guys. So now we are going to get into today's webinar, which is we are going to be talking about the app. So hopefully everybody had a chance, or everybody received the link in the invite to this webinar. And so if you haven't downloaded the app, go ahead and do that. If you have an iPhone, we're still waiting for final approval for the Android app. So if you have an Android, just be patient. We'll, of course, let you know when that happens. So let me share my screen with you. So this is what the app looks like. Once you download it, this is, basically the functionality is going to look like this. You can always join the webinars right here. And the basic toolbar is located right here. So you can, go to you can schedule an appointment. If you're on our program too, you can go to the Agent Resource Center. You can have access to all the ARG agent training videos. You can have access to our client content that we put out every month. Tomorrow being the first, we'll have another article being produced. You can contact us. You can keep track of any events that are happening. And the most important thing, or the funnest part of this is we are able to connect with other users within ARG. So once everybody is signed up and has the app, you're going to be able to connect with these people. And so you'll be able to see people that are in your area, and you'll also be able to see people that are, in other parts of the state. So if you have a listing somewhere outside of your normal area, you can communicate and you can, coordinate with these other agents, which I think is going to be really, really important and a really great tool for all of us. So everybody's going to have the opportunity to create their profile and create posts and chat. And so this is going to be a really cool community feature of the new app. So other great parts of the app are the agent resources. So here you have access to the ARG handbook. So this is all the different parts of the handbook that you guys all received as part of your ICA. And so everything that you need to know is in here. And then we've also got access to our marketing materials. So business cards, signs, the agent marketing sites, Canva, digital business cards, and so forth. So everything is at your fingertips on your phone now. Resources link, this is great. Same thing, just some access to some of these things that are available in our Agent Resource Center on our website. And then the Human Resources tab, corporate directory, W-9 if you needed that, direct deposit form, E&O policy. So corporate directory, this is great. Everybody in the company, this is who you need to know. You can also download the PDF. So just trying to make it really simple for everybody to have the information that they need when they need it. Also webinars. So these are our past webinars. So if you're looking for something particular, you can, or if you missed a webinar, you can click here and you can literally watch these from your phone. And so just an easy way, again, have everything in one spot. I believe featured properties might be down still. Yeah. Oh, no, there it is. So all of our featured properties are now displayed here. Nice work, Courtney. So no excuses. You guys know what's going on in your community. You know what other agents within Alta are doing. So this is a really, I think, positive step forward for all of us. You have access to Legacy Escrow and Raquel, of course. So you need to get a hold of Raquel. There you go. It's too easy. She's right there waiting for us. Clearview Mortgage. You got to get a hold of somebody at Clearview. Here we go. These are your top people at Clearview that you need access to, and a company directory that you can download. So super, super fun, super easy to use. You can schedule an appointment with me, of course. Agent orientation. If you haven't done your agent orientation, you can schedule it right here. So everything is under one roof. So that's the basis of this app. I think it's going to be, once we all start using it, we're going to have, a lot more engagement. You guys will have questions, and we are going to be, of course, evolving this app. So this app is not a static app. It's an app that we're going to be, constantly adding to and perfecting. So really, really exciting. So any questions in the chat, or Bill, any quick, ideas from you? We're also going to be bringing on Andrew from Solar Reps, and he's going to give us a quick update on some of the things that are going on in the solar world. But Bill, any kind of takeaways so far with the app?
No, I think it looks really good. It's really clean, easy to use, user friendly. It's nice to have everything on your phone, so you don't have to be at a desktop or laptop if you want to get to the resource center, or you want to get to a certain location in the website, or you need an access to the W-9 or policy to look at, whatever that may be. If you're on the go, it's so nice to have this at your fingertips, because this is basically an all-in-one company. Yeah. It's with you in your pocket at all times. So
it literally is.
It's such a amazing, and just the way everyone operates in society these days. This is an amazing tool to have.
For sure. So I'm really excited for everybody to start using it. This is, of course, just an introduction to the app. Once everybody has it downloaded and we're all starting to figure it out, in subsequent webinars, we will answer questions and we'll work all this out on the fly. So really, really cool. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate the update there. Now we're going to bring on Andrew from Solar Reps. Let me promote him to panelist. And we have a great update. Oops, looks like we lost Andrew. Oh no, we didn't. Hold on, here he is. All right, good morning, Andrew. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Thank you very much for coming on the webinar with us. So we have renegotiated a deal with Solar Reps for our Alta agents. And again, the Solar Rep program is for our agents to just have another little arrow in the quiver to be able to, have an answer for when clients ask for things like solar. What's going on with solar? What can I save, on my electricity bill, right? So, Andrew, we have renegotiated our contract with you. And so let the agents know what they would receive as a referral fee.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a flat referral fee of $2,500 per referral. Okay, regardless of the size of the home, it's just a flat fee. And I can do a recap quickly, Kevin, if you'd like, on what we went over on the last webinar.
Yeah, that's great. Let me enable that for you. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot easier to understand. It's just a flat fee that you get as a referral. And again, you guys don't have to do, you don't have to understand, the entire program or anything like that. You do just get to do a nice handoff to Andrew. So let me promote you to panelist, Andrew, and you can share your screen with us. All right, now you should be able to share. And you'll need to unmute yourself as I just made you a panelist. There you go.
Okay. All right, so good morning, agents. I'll quickly recap what we talked about at the last seminar. We're Solar Reps, your renewable energy partner, and it's a partnership program for the perfect marriage between solar and real estate. Again, it's a great way for you guys to make an extra income for yourself. Now, we know the real estate market is kind of tough right now. Meanwhile, solar is going up everywhere. And the reason for this is you've got public companies which have come up with new ways of going solar. They're very popular. So as it turns out, the best way to go solar now is not to buy the panels. It's not to lease the panels. It's to buy the energy produced by the panels rather than the panels themselves. So this is a game changer. Now, most of your clients are going to be doing this in some version, either with or without you. So we've come up with the Solar Savers program that makes it easy for you guys as realtors to get your piece of the solar pie. We've made it super easy. We've condensed the program. Like Kevin said, it's just down to a 4-sentence script that you can use with anyone in your sphere of influence. You just say the script, then you connect them with me on a 3-way text. And if you've done just that, you're in for the referral fee. So we've made the announcement right now. We've simplified the commission structure. The agents are going to receive a flat $2,500 per referral. So you guys can be doing this automatically on the fly, and it'll keep the home fires burning for you. Now here's a cheat sheet, which is just a quick overview of the program. The goals of the program are to make easy referral commissions for yourselves. This is a great reason to get in front of your old clients. You'll be able to lower your homeowner's electric bill. They will receive a no-cost solar installation, and there's no title lien. So this will make it easy for you guys when you sell the home later. The last webinar, we went over why the realtors love the Solar Savers program. Again, the easy income. There's no liability for you guys. It's strictly a referral program. The client has a terrific experience. They really will get a free solar system. They'll pay zero up front. They'll receive a valuable system, which raises their home value. Their energy bills will decrease. There'll be no encumbrances on the home. There'll be no handcuffs, which will make it easy for you guys to resell the home later. And again, this is a realtor-based program. It's designed to keep the clients coming back to you guys for everything they need having to do with their home. We also talked about the tremendous benefits of going solar for the clients themselves. The free installation, their electric bill goes down, there's no liens, there's an easy path to ownership for those who do want to own the panels. The maintenance is totally included. They don't have to mess with that at all. It's fully transferable. So when you guys eventually sell these homes for them, it's just a one-page sign off to the next buyer. There's no loan balances you'll have to contend with. The escrow will be nice and easy. And the best thing for the clients, what they love is they have a fixed and predictable power rate, which means when they open their electric bill every month, it's the same payment every month. So there's no more guessing games. There's no more surprises of what the bill is going to be. And it's also terrific for the clients on a fixed income for this reason. We talked about why the process works so well. We discussed the fact that some of your landlords do Airbnbs and they have many properties. And guys, landlords who do this use solar as a profit center for themselves. They continue to charge their renters the going rate on the grid, and yet they buy solar cheaper and they pocket that delta for themselves. So it's a great profit center. And again, this is just a referral program. All you're doing is reciting some version of a 4-sentence script. Something like, hey, by the way, do you want to lower the energy cost on this home? I'm asking because you've qualified for the solar savings program. It's a free solar system install. What day and time would you like a rep to contact you? And then you just rope them into a 3-way text. Now here's an example right here that is used by Charles Barnes. He uses the same thing every time. Good morning, Dr. Verdian and Andrew. Dr. Verdian, welcome back from your trip. Andrew, can you help Dr. Verdian save money on his bill? Get him started with solar panels for zero out of pocket. Thank you. And then I just chimed in on the text and asked his client for what I need. The 3-way text works. It just seems to hold people accountable and it seems to keep people moving forward.
No, that's great. I really dig that.
Yep. Nice and easy. $2,500 per referral. You can do 1 a week, 2 a week, 10 a month, whatever you can do. This will keep a nice little income flowing your way. Here's the contact info right here. So to sum it all up, it's a terrific way to get in front of your old clients. You know, in doing so, you'll expose yourself to continuing opportunities with them. Definitely reach out to anyone in your sphere of influence. Every roof out there, as long as it's a single family home, is fair game. Get those referrals in and looking forward to cutting you guys some checks.
And Tasha Wilmore has a question. Does the customer have to buy to get the referral fee? Well, yes, the customer has to get the approval and has to get the panels put in, but the customer actually does not buy anything, right, Andrew?
Correct. They don't. Yeah, they're not going to be spending anything out of their pocket. And once you do a warm handoff, to answer the question, our stats are showing 70% of the time that leads to a sale. So there's a very, very high closure rate here.
Very, very cool. Well, that is all we needed to know there. Very, very important, because we're always talking about on our webinars reasons to pick up the phone and call people within our sphere of influence. Basically, this is just another way to contact a person in your sphere of influence, right? And so we always want to be providing service, providing value to our clients. And this is just one way to provide that service and value, because they may not know that this exists. And so by offering this information, this knowledge, you're providing value to your clients. So really, really cool stuff, Andrew. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. And then Anthony Perry has this, has a question. Will this solar PowerPoint be available to the agents? Absolutely. I've also created a Canva template for this that is available in I will make it available in our Canva team project area. So, but I will send this directly to you, Anthony, so you have that. And anybody else that needs it, we can also send it directly. And of course, you can contact Andrew, and Andrew can send that directly to you. All right, perfect. Well, Andrew, thank you very much for the information. Bill, thanks so much for all of your insights. Cameron, guys, get out there, make it a great week and a productive week, and we'll see you all on the webinar next week.